Yeah, well, at least at the luncheon, I had an article. Oh, no, it's Spring Run. Oh, we celebrate 5 years.
Good evening, folks. I don't know.
What was Scott's birthday today?
Can you hear me?
Scott.
Gotta be closer. Gotta be closer to this one. Oh boy, this is a pickle. Okay, we've got 4 mics up here, and each of them reacts a little bit differently. We have a little bit different problem tonight. We have open seats, which is rare for us. We've had standing room only in the past, but it's been a long 2 years, folks, for us, and we're happy that you're here. Would everyone please help rise and join singing with us the national anthem?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Not only is the audience down, but we're down about 10 voices. I'm sorry. I'll have to move to another mic then. Is that better? Can you hear me better? Okay. It's either talk louder or move. This is a little easier. But I did want to just briefly acknowledge a number of our former members of the chorus that because of the pandemic and other ailments have not been able to sing with us tonight. And they're your friends and neighbors, so I'm sure you know some of them. I hope I don't forget anybody. Joe Beauregard, Charles Caskey, Susie Bartos, which I saw out there, Myra Perry, Pat Phelan, who's on Louise here, Judi Troy, Jerry Lindmeyer, and a couple of oldies I wanted to mention that haven't sung with us for a couple of years, but worthy of note. The one would be, if you look at the program, we're singing Oh Danny Boy, and this was an Irishman by the name of Brian Kennedy that loved to sing the song. He did a wonderful job with it. And we had, let's see, Betty Barrett, who always added a little comic relief. And I can't forget her because she always put our boutonnieres on for us. None of us was capable of doing that. And Lord Feldman, who you might remember, who always liked to sing a little opera. So, let's get on with the show. All the music we enjoy is a blend from every part of this country. But there's no more long-lasting music that stays with us all than that from New York City. And there might be somebody from New York City here. Our program is titled New York, New York, All Around the Town. And the Pelican singers, who are so happy you're here, under direction of Pat Bracey, who picks out our music and arranges it. And Joe Caloricio on the drums. And Joe happens to play in the Night Train Band, which is a band Pat performs with this by coincidence. Anyway, they're going to take you through the city that doesn't sleep.
America.
start for many immigrants in the late 19th and early 20th century of folks who brought their music from their homeland. And we're going to start with 3 numbers, 1 Yiddish, 1 Irish, and 1 Italian. Our next stop is Pan Alley. You've probably heard it. It's Manhattan, West 28th. This is a collection of buildings housing writers, publishers, and artists of the late 19th and early 20th century. It was the popular music spot of the world for publishing music. A few names you'll recognize that wrote and published music there were George Cohan, Irving Berlin, George Gershwin, Cole Porter. Now, the din of so many songwriters on their pianos inspired a writer to say, this sounds like somebody hitting pans in the alley, and hence the name Pan Alley. Here's some examples of that music.
Give my regards to Broadway. Remember me in Herald Square. Tell all the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there. Button up your overcoat when the wind is free. Take good care of yourself. You belong to me. I can't give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing I've plenty of, baby.
Blue moon, you saw me standing alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own.
Embrace me, my sweet embrace for you. Embrace me, you irreplaceable you. I've got rhythm, I've got music, I've got mind, and who could ask for anything more? Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ballgame. When Irish eyes are smiling, sure it's like the morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, the world seems bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, sure as feel your heart
Pennies from heaven,
pennies from heaven.
don't you know each cloud contains pennies from heaven?
Pennies from heaven. Oh, we ain't got a very much money. Maybe we're ragged and funny, but we'll travel along, singing a song, side by side.
I've got you under my skin. I've got
Moving to Harlem, in the upper Manhattan, now only 40% African Americans. The rest is either Caucasian or Hispanic. The music of Africa, however, has certainly affected much of our country's music. No more evident than that which came out of the Cotton Club. People such as Cab Calloway and Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong, Count Basie, and some of the best female singers, Ethel Waters, Lena Horne, and Billie Holiday, who all three of them sang this next song. The song after that is more of a reflection of the social changes that have occurred in the Harlem neighborhood. clothing store on the first floor of a 11-story building. And the interesting thing is that this building changed the whole way music has been written and produced. You went in there and you wrote a song, you took it to another story, and you found a producer that would buy it from you. Then what you would do is you take your song to a recording studio, find some musicians who are always hanging around, and do a demo. And when that was done, then you take it up to another floor, and you'd find the record companies who would finally try to sell it to. And later, American business talked about vertical integration, but they were behind the Brill building. And this is a few of the songs that came out of that building. Oh, I did want to mention that a couple of the most prolific writers of the building were Ellie Greenwich and Carol King and her husband. good introduction to our next stop. Broadway Anyway, the Great White Way, excuse me, because it was one of the very first streets that were lit with electricity. But when we talk about Broadway, we're not talking about the street. We're talking about the theater district. And the theater district basically is west of Broadway, between 40th and 53rd. And that is, to be in Broadway, a theater had to have at least 500 seats. And they had to do plays and musicals. A place like Carnegie Hall, which fits into that general territory, is not on Broadway because they did symphony and classical. And a theater that had less than 500 seats is what's termed off-Broadway. Although there were many later hits that started off-Broadway, did well, then they went to a bigger theater, and now all of a sudden, voila, they're Broadway. Anyway, out of thousands of songs, Pat picked two for tonight. 3.
The hills are alive with the sounds of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. My heart wants to sing every song it hears. My heart wants to beat like the birds that fly from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like the chime that flies from a church on a breeze. To laugh like a rook when it trips and falls over stones on its way. To sing through the night like a lark who is learning to pray. I go to the hills when my heart is lonely. I know I will hear what I've heard before. My heart will be glad
Metropolitan Opera. The Met is located on Broadway at the Lincoln Center for the Arts, and was built in 1966, but it replaced an old opera house built in 1883. And I find it very interesting that quite a few years before the turn of the century immigration, opera was doing fine here in the United States. So here's a little taste.
Please be on your guard. When you fight, remember only this. Dark eyes are gazing on you. And love is waiting you. And love is waiting you. Please be on your guard.
We go down to the Lower West Side. We're going to find Greenwich Village, which was quite a bohemian culture spot in the early and mid part of the 20th centuries. But now it's quite an upscale area. And there are a number of folk groups that sang in Greenwich Village. And you'll recognize this song and you'll know who performed it.
I
Square Garden, which obviously are not together, but they're venues known perhaps for other things like picnicking or sports, but some of the great concerts of our time have taken place there. Just about every group and individual of any note at all has had a concert in New York, and well, we forget the Beatles, they were out at Shea Stadium, but some of the people that have had concerts at the Madison Square Garden and the Central Park are Whitney Houston, Simon and Garfunkel, Barbra Streisand. There's still a piano man that plays every month at the Garden. And we did also had a guy from Tupelo, Mississippi, stop by, and a little guy from Hoboken.
If I could stay, I would only be in your way. So I'll go, but I know I will think of you every step of the way. And I will always love you. Will always love you. You, my darling, bittersweet memories. That is all I'm taking with me. So goodbye, please don't cry. We both know I'm not what you need, and I will always love you. I will always love you. I hope life treats you kind, and I hope you have all you dreamed of. I wish you joy and happiness, but above all this, I wish you love. And I will always love you. 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 I will always love you.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk to you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I
suspicious mind. And we can't live our dream on suspicious mind. Oh, let our love survive. I'll dry the tears from your eyes. Let's don't let a good thing die. Honey, you know I never lied to you. Yeah.
more alumni in the audience that I didn't see. Shirley Mason out there, and Natalie Connect. Susan Goldie, wherever she is, down here. And is Wayne here? Wayne, and as Susan was recognized. I did mention Jerry. I got Jerry. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate it.